सर्वोत्तम वायुर्योत्तम
हरि सर्वोत्तम वायुर्योत्तम श्रीमन्मध्वमते हरि परतरः सत्यं जगत्तत्त्वतो श्रीमन्मध्वमते सत्यं जगत्तत्त्वतो जीवगण हरेरनुचरा भिन्ना जीवगणा हरेरनुचरा नीचोच्च भावङ्गता मुक्तिर्नैज सुखानुभूतिरमला भक्तिसंदनम् मुक्तिर्नैज
सुखानुभूतिरमला भक्तिसंदनम्
एकवेद्यो हरिः
हरि सर्वोत्तम वायुजीवोत्तम
हरि सर्वोत्तम
वायुजीवोत्तम
Welcome to Anuradha Madam. You can start and you can share also.
Okay. Yeah. A very Gurubhyo Namaha. Very happy evening to everybody present here. Thank you so much for giving me one more time the opportunity to share my knowledge and do that little bit of service from my side to the society. Yeah. So today the topic I'm going to discuss is about thought management. So what is the importance of thought management? What is the importance of thoughts itself? Because of that, like a short period of time, I'm going to touch upon the surface level of the thoughts. So surface knowledge about the thoughts. It's how much ever we dig in deep, it is that deep. So let us start. Yeah, let me start sharing my screen. Okay, here we go. Just give me a thumbs up if you can see my.
We can see it. We can see it. You are on mute.
Yeah. Now fine, right?
Yes.
So thought is the one thing which makes us different from other animals. All of the living beings on this planet, they have certain instincts. It is like a already by default programming. Only humans have this thought which makes them different from all the living beings. And any time we can change our thoughts to create the life of our desire. So that is the superpower which is being given to us. So that is how it makes sense to say God resides in you. God resides in you in the form of a thought. I would like to say in that manner. If you put your thoughts in the right track, you can actually realize and manifest the God within and achieve that moksha or a nirvana. That is how important the thoughts are. So let us understand what are these thoughts. What is a thought? According to scientists, in a scientific manner, let's understand. Thought is an idea or an opinion produced by thinking or occurring suddenly in the mind after sensory stimulation and sometimes without any outer stimulus. Like so if we see somebody crossing on the road, suddenly we get to think of something about them. If they are wearing some red shirt, that red shirt will tell us something about it. Or even just sitting on the sofa in our home, we will be like relaxing, and suddenly, especially women can relate to it very easily. We suddenly remember, oh, I have to make dosa, so let me, put rice and all for the ಅದು ನೆನ್ಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. That's how we these thoughts are stimulated both from the sensory, like when we see, when we smell something, when we hear something, we start thinking. According to neuroscientists, thought is an electromagnetic activity of the brain. Neurons wire and fire together when we think. That is how they say. How this electromagnetic, what is the meaning of this electromagnetic means? Each neuron in our brain carries a small amount of electricity. That is how they communicate with each other. And that is how electronic. And what is it about magnetic? So to explain magnetic characteristic of a thought, I can tell you about, see, there will be some people who will be like having a bad idea about you, like not a good, they are not creating good thoughts about you in their mind, but through their, words and talk, they are saying all the good, everything very nice about you. But we do realize that they are not thinking good about us, isn't it? Have you experienced this? You can share your experience if you have experienced. We don't really like their talking to them. It is because of that magnetic nature of the thought that gets transformed, that gets, it becomes clear to us because of the magnetic nature of the thought. Then let's get into the types of thoughts. There are before getting into the types of thoughts, I want to ask you, any idea how many thoughts a normal human being thinks per day? You can share your answers. Unmute and share your answers. Let us keep it as an interactive session. Any idea?
Maybe some 20 thoughts, means major thoughts.
No. Any more answers?
Maybe in terms of millions.
That is too much. Yeah, let me tell you, let us not spend more time into it. An average human being on an everyday basis thinks around 60 to 70 thoughts. This is the neuroscientist's calculation. 60 to 70 thoughts. 70,000 thoughts. And if you are anxiety, if you have anxiety, or if you are like in a stress or such situation, it can go up to 75,000 to 85,000. And one of the important aspect here is when the thoughts are more, like if you are thinking very fast, the quality of the thoughts is bad. When you are thinking slowly, the quality is good. So we need to be very alert what we are thinking. And also one more thing is, if a majority of these thoughts are not actually helping us, we think in a very repeated fashion, the same old thoughts, we are stuck in the loop, thinking the same thought, repeat, rewind, replay, repeat, rewind, replay. So that is why we are not actually utilizing the brain power to create the life of our desire, which is fruitful for us, which will help us to grow and develop. So that is the sad situation of our human beings. And another important aspect is like we don't have to actually talk and tell other people what we really mean to say. If you, slow down and think very clearly, you can actually transfer those thoughts. You must be aware of the telepathy to the other person. Being silent also has lot of value in terms of communication. So it is almost we have forgotten this power of ours. So we have to get back in today's situation, especially understand how to slow down our thoughts and how to cultivate silence to feel ourselves calm, clear, and also communicate in a more powerful way. Okay, Now, there are any idea? I think I have already showed, but still I want to ask, any idea how many types of thoughts are there? Let me see how many of you were alert.
It depends on the person, right?
Like a broadly, like out of, how many thousands of thoughts we are thinking, if we have to categorize these thoughts, we get so many different varieties of thoughts. If we have to categorize these thoughts, of course, it's being done on a broader way. Kinds of thoughts. How many kinds of thoughts are there?
Positive thought, negative thought, repetitive thought, new thought.
Yeah, absolutely. Positive thought, negative thought, both are correct. Let me share it with you. Negative thoughts, positive thoughts, necessary thoughts, waste thoughts, and elevated thoughts. So these are the 5 broadly categorized format of our thoughts which we think on a regular basis. So what are negative thoughts? Negative thoughts are the most primitive thoughts. We don't have to really think, you put any effort to think negatively. Why, because this is the default, feature of our brain. Why is it default feature? Negative thoughts are put into our brain so that it protects us. So I know all of you will agree with me. Whenever we want to do something new, take up a new action, go somewhere else, a new place or something other than our mundane routine, we get first thing is negative thought. What if something goes wrong? What if it doesn't work? What if this happens? What if that happens? This is nothing but the negative thought. And it always, it makes us take 2 steps backward. Why is that? Because these are, makes us alert. They are called as ANTs, automatic negative thoughts. This helps us to take precautionary measures. If something goes wrong or bad, how to protect ourselves. In the like olden age, when man was living in the jungle and all, we haven't constructed this kind of a society. At that time, any time when he has to step out of his cave or step out of his safe place, he was surrounded with the risks and the dangers always. Like, what if a tiger attacks? What if a flood comes? What if I get bitten by a poisonous insect? What if I don't get food at all? So our primitive brain, that reptilian brain, amygdala, is designed to make us survive. That's it. Always. That is why the moment we want to do something different, that flight or fight mechanism of that primitive brain comes into picture and it takes over. So it is a protective mechanism. But yeah, now we have created a safe society. We have to teach our brain to think positive thoughts, think right, not always positive, think right, which will help me to take proper actions. Next, positive thoughts. Of course, positive thoughts, all of us know that it is to, make us feel hopeful and make us have hope when our world is falling apart, and also think good about our future. Have hope, basically.
There could be some disconnect.
This is breaking.
Yeah, there could be network switch or network issue.
Thinking.
Yeah,
Your voice is breaking.
we can hear you now.
Voice is internet connection is unstable. Okay, just a moment.
We can hear you now.
Yeah. Hopefully it will be better now. Is it okay?
It's okay.
Okay. So that is about the positive thoughts. Next one is necessary thought. So what is it about necessary thoughts is these are like everyday thoughts which we have to think. Like what to wear for the office, which bus to catch so that you don't get stuck in the traffic, prepare for the breakfast, and like when are you have to pay the bills and all that, creating your routine and everything. So this is necessary, but you already know there is nothing, great about this while thinking or creating your routine or anything. They don't take a lot of energy, courage, or creativity. But yeah, it is definitely requires time to make your timetable correct, right? So that is about necessary thoughts. They are necessary, but they are not avoidable. You have to think. If you organize your life properly, then this can be totally like, it won't take much of your time on an everyday basis. Next is waste thoughts. Waste thoughts are the most, favorite thoughts of ours. We spend majority of our time in these thoughts. Why? One thing is they are like very attractive. Any examples you would like to give, like it comes to your mind about the waste thoughts?
Politics.
Anybody?
Going for a movie.
Going for a movie is it's not waste thought, I would say, because it is like a helping you to have the recreation or refreshment, spending time with your family.
Ukraine war or Israel war?
Sorry?
Ukraine war, Israel war.
Exactly. Yes, true. Yes, Ukraine war, the weather, the cricket match, how the player should have played, how he should have bowled or fielded well, how he should have caught the ball, something, and including this actors or actresses, what they should wear, why shouldn't they talk like this, behave like this. We have absolutely no control on this, but they are very attractive and we enjoy talking about it, wasting our time, only boosting our ego. And they are very, attractive conversation materials. Like the moment I start talking about something like the cricket or the movie or the war, everybody gathers and, they start taking interest in that conversation. But it will not help in any way about our upliftment and productivity. 90% of our thoughts is waste thoughts. We waste our time in thinking these thoughts. So isn't it our, responsibility to watch our thoughts and categorize them properly and spend more time in the thoughts which will help us to build ourselves, right? So last one, actually these are very natural, these four categories: negative thoughts, positive thoughts, necessary thoughts, and waste thoughts are very natural for every individual. Right from the birth till our death, we easily think about all these four categories of thoughts. And yes, we hear a lot about, especially when it comes to meditation and stuff like that. Meditation is a process of going thoughtless. No, we cannot live without thoughts. Thoughts are like a very integral part of human beings. Not having thought is also a thought, right? And these thoughts, they create, like the end product of these thoughts is emotions. And we are like hugely, like almost 100%, I would say, driven by our emotions. We are emotional beings. So it is very important to be aware of your thoughts, emotions. They create your life. So next, the fifth category, which you need effort to develop, is elevated thoughts. So for having these elevated thoughts,
just one thought that any human being can't stop their thoughts, as you said, right? So it'll
we can't stop.
Even getting a thought is also part of karma. Means we can't be a karma. We can't do a karma. Means we never
Actually,
be in a situation of occur.
Your voice is not clear. I'm not able to hear you properly.
Yeah, you can think of akarma, right? There is no human being who can't stop thinking.
Yeah.
So that's called in spiritual terminology, it's akarma.
Okay.
Akarma, anybody can't, any human being, any jiva or anybody can't be in a situation of akarma.
Okay.
So they are in always a process of thoughts, or doing some, physical activity, or getting emotions, or getting a thoughts. So every jiva, when they get into the creation, they should be part of this.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the day we stop thinking, that is actually, we say samadhi. That is nothing but brain dead, I would say.
Yeah.
So it is a very much, the proof that we are living as long as we are able to think. Yeah, okay.
Jiva, soul, right? Soul, either in the process of three things, either physically or psychologically or intellectually, they should be in a process. The creation itself can't be in a kind of, you may medically say that, dead brain. It can't be a jiva always be in a process.
Yes. Actually, yes, true. See, the moment we start talking about the soul, it is altogether a different, topic for discussion. Soul needs, we need some physical proof for that. Of course, I totally believe in soul and whatever, like Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande, all that. We carry that, everything what is there in the cosmos, we carry in our soul. That I totally agree and believe in it. But when we talk about more physical aspects, like the brain, the neurons, and the transmission of neurotransmission, magnetic, all these things, when we talk, we have to say, that is why now the science has, extended its research into quantum field. Nothing has worked for it till now, like the Newtonian model of everything physical and gravitational and everything doesn't fit what we have when it comes to soul, thoughts, emotions, creation, and everything about this whole universe. It is not fitting into the old Newtonian model. So they are stretching their research into quantum field, where there comes the possibility of creation just by thought alone. That is what we say, right? Brahma, he thought and he created. Everything is created twice. One is in mind and then in the reality. So that is how it differs.
I think I deviated your,
no problem.
Yeah, you can continue.
That is why I said the more we get in depth, it is like it becomes very interesting, and it is a very vast topic. The more and more we can dig in, the more and more learning we will have. So that is why today I'm just going in the surface level. The elevated thoughts are nothing but when you understand the thought process, understands its effect on your life, and you know how to tweak it to make it more fruitful for your life. So first of all, you need to be self-aware. How the pattern, how you think, you need to understand. And you can create elevated thoughts only when you are stable in your emotions. The moment your emotions go up, your intelligence comes down, and your thought process becomes erratic. So when you have elevated thoughts, you don't react, but you respond with the awareness. You don't get triggered by the outside people. You don't give your remote control to in others' hand. If they are telling something, you get angry, sad, or something like that. You are well aware of yourself, and you know how to catch their thoughts, transform them, and respond to them properly. So to reach to this elevated thought state, we need to work on ourselves. One thing is knowledge, Second aspect is meditation. Third aspect is having the like-minded people, Sajjanara Sangha. Right? Next, how thoughts affect our life? Yes, what we think we become. So we need to be very careful about. If we are continuously thinking negative thoughts, sad thoughts, angry thoughts, that is what becomes our personality. So when we actually, there's the research done and the, proof is there. If we think certain way, like maybe it is angry thought if you have created in the morning and you stay in that emotion for hours, that becomes your mood for that day. And if you don't work on it and diffuse it and continue to think the angry thoughts, replay, repeat, rewind for over weeks, then it becomes your temperament. Still, if you don't work on that, analyze and shift the thoughts, snap out of your angry thoughts, if you don't do anything of that and continue angry thoughts for years together, then it becomes your personality. So you become a angry young man, angry young woman, or angry old man, angry old woman, something like that. But your personality is angry. That much is confirmed. So you have to be understanding how to snap out of the unwanted thoughts and emotions. So what we think we become is very well, proved. But at the same time, the good part is we are not our thoughts. They are like waves. They come and go. Here comes the picture of like the topic of soul. There is somebody higher than this sitting within us who can witness this. What kind of thoughts are coming? Why are they coming? All this analysis can be done in the same mind and body. So having this knowledge that we are not our thoughts is very crucial for our upliftment. When we know that what thoughts I'm thinking can be changed, need not be the universal truth. We take back that responsibility and we take back that power to shift. Yes.
Another 1 minute is there.
Yeah, I will wind up. And another one is reticular activation system. It's the filter in our brain. It is there in the cerebral medulla oblongata, this backside that is called as small brain. So this act as a filter. Whatever we think of, we start seeing in our world, and this is the most the power tool in our hand. So when we think right thoughts, it starts appearing in our world. For example, if you are thinking about a certain vehicle, this kind of a car, this kind of a model and everything, you will relate to this very much. You will start seeing such cars on the road more and more, right? So this happens because of the reticular activation system. Then how thoughts affect our life? When we understand that thoughts are, we are not our thoughts, we can shift, we can witness them, we can be aware of them, and we can start thinking in a way which will help us to have what we want in our life. If we want to be happy, joyful people, we can create more happy, and we can create like an alarm system or something every hour checking. Each thought shouldn't pass our mind without our awareness. What I am thinking, what I am feeling. If we can be aware of that, definitely we can shift from the unwanted thoughts and unwanted emotions. Journaling helps to a great extent. Journaling, nothing but writing down what thoughts are coming in my mind. It's nothing but a diary writing, you can say. And visualization. Visualization is another power tool where I can imagine the kind of world, kind of life I want to create. And when we do it repeatedly over a long time, we start attracting such situations, such things, such people in our life. That is the visualization. Affirmations are nothing but positive statements. When we repeat them over continuously for longer duration, they start coming true in our life. Our mantras and shlokas are all affirmations only. They have power to make it reality. Then counting the blessings, gratitude. Every day, what is good in our life. If we start counting that on an everyday basis, definitely we will feel so blessed and so happy that we are leading a very good life. In spite of all that, if you are still feeling any, no, my thoughts are out of my control, I cannot, think properly, having a life coach definitely helps. And yeah, so this is about thought management. Definitely, I would say Yadbhavam Tadbhavati. So how we think, we become like that. Be hyper aware of what you think and how you feel, and you have the power in your hand to shift the thought according to your way of like, which will help you to uplift your life, uplift your surrounding, uplift your loved one's life, and everything. You will become the pillar of strength, not just to your family, to everybody around you in your society. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah, definitely we'll take the questions in the